If you see what we can see, then adventure waits for all of us. There's a place that we should be. Come along, 'cause it's high tide and we can't lose. Come and drift away with us.
So we've got a special guest coming to the boat today. We've got David coming from a YouTube channel called Cruising the Cut.
Yeah.
So he's coming for a visit, which is really nice. We can't really do any woods work today because we've got high water.
Yep.
Like for a good majority of the afternoon. So we can't start taking frames out and, you know, doing
But
frames. So.
last night I actually brought the engine batteries over. So it was high water about 11 o'clock last night, so I was moving around in the dark, but I managed to get the batteries on board. The batteries are now connected to the engines.
So they're the starter batteries. So we bought some starter batteries because the other ones were very poorly. So hopefully we are just sort of getting on high tide in the next half an hour. So fingers crossed we might do an engine start.
Turn the key. It's all primed, seacocks are open, fuel's up there, oil's checked, water's checked. I primed the raw water pump. It's got no excuse.
This is the first time we've started the engines for how long?
January. 6
January.
months.
Ah!
Hopefully it runs. I've been turning them, so it would just be nice to hear them run. I think it'll really boost morale, won't it?
So we know we've got a lot of work to do on the engines because it's like one thing that we haven't really touched and they all need a good service. But
and that's our thing as well, isn't it? That's what we do is engines and
So we're just going to turn them over just to, you know, free them up a little bit, stop them sitting there seizing.
Yeah.
So we've got high water. Just needs to come up about another 500 mil.
Yeah, and then we'll be floating.
And then we'll be floating.
I was last night as well, when I had the engine batteries in here, when we was floating, I was having the level. So I was moving all the batteries to one side and just seeing how much it affects. It doesn't really affect us that much, but I think it's due to the amount of ballast we've got. So
yes.
like
The ballast is doing something, isn't it?
It's definitely working, yeah.
You ready for this, for scientific?
We'll just do it.
Are you ready?
Hang on. Right. Here's one.
1, 2, we go.
Yeah, it's just moving.
We're floating!
Ignition on, over.
Ignition on, over.
Okay, I'm just heating now, over.
I'm going.
It's alive! Oh, listen to that. That sounds epic. I don't know if you can hear that, but that sounds gorgeous. Doesn't it?
So we're moving water.
Oh, there's loads of water. Like, loads. I've never seen a marine engine move so much water. Go and check a few gauges. Sound really good.
She runs!
Yeah, she runs! Yeah, it just started on the bottom, didn't it?
Yeah.
Not been running for 6 months. And she just sound really nice from outside. Just wow, 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 wow.
I just asked him if this is safe and he said that you're the first person to try. I've got a feeling it's just going to like telescopic like close on it. Ah! So it's only the starboard engine we've got going at the moment. We didn't have time before high water to do all the wiring on the other engine that we wanted to do, because Simon's rewired the starboard engine.
You know something that, like, I told you to turn the key off if there's a problem. That doesn't turn it off.
I dropped the box in the problem because I was doing panicking.
It's got a stop. So.
It's gonna start.
No, ready? Do you reckon he won't be in the way, will he?
No. It starts on the button!
Starts on the button.
I'm so excited! I wanna do it.
Go on then.
It's going off for the last time, is it?
Hold there. Start it.
Start it!
No.
Wow! That's it, we can go now.
Let's go. Untie us.
Get the lines off.
Oh! It's working. Oh, that's brilliant. That's a good feeling, that. Because like, that's usually just stiff, isn't it?
Yeah.
So obviously the rudders are
Free?
moving. So we need to give it a horn press as well. Are they moving?
Little bit.
Yeah, I was only moving it a tiny bit because I don't really want the rudders to. Yeah, it proves all the hydraulics are operational. We're not honking out fluid everywhere. So. Alright, we've got to do a horn press, haven't we, for that? Just not good. Go on, you turned it off last time.
Last time, for a while.
So now, you have to wait for it to stop.
My nails, like, I struggle pressing buttons with my nails, don't I? So I usually have to like go like that to press stuff in. It works! Yay! Having David here is quite an experience, and actually goes to show how unprofessional we are. We just walk around with 2 little GoPros and he's got mics and big cameras and lighting and tripods, but it's nice to be able to speak to someone else who does YouTube and actually see how they do it and how they film. So we are learning a few things as we go. Should we go and see what they're up to?
So the question to you really, I suppose, is tell me. Squeak.
I was trying to be quiet.
She couldn't sneak about, could she?
The worst spy in the world.
Squeaky floor. Yeah, I wouldn't make a good spy, would I? Have you got problems?
I've got problems. You switch your drone on, you want to do a little bit of drone flying, and the darn thing's doing a firmware update, which you can't tell it not to.
Oh. So the drone's sat patiently waiting.
It is. And it's stuck at 95%. It's just not doing anything. It's just got all the way there. And
some big bird of prey might come and get your drone in a minute.
I had a red kite circling around the other day, looking very enthusiastically at it.
What do you think of our view?
It's fabulous. It's really nice. I mean, that is just... I know it's mud,
but you want to see...
it's lovely. It's kind of pretty mud, isn't it?
You want to see the sunsets.
Oh,
because the sun sets over there this time of year, straight ahead.
Absolutely fantastic. Even as I was just driving down the hill, you got glimpses of this through the houses and the trees, and I was like, oh, that looks really nice. And then there was a house for sale, and I thought, oh, that's got a beautiful
we
view.
looked at that, didn't we? It was like it was out of our price range, to be honest with you.
You understand, you know, when people tell us like, oh, you should move your boat onto the hards, you understand why we don't, not in a rush to leave.
No, this is a good spot, actually. I totally agree with you. This is a perfect
gorgeous
spot. And what's more, if you're just into boats, just having a look the other way at all the boats, I could spend hours browsing around that lot. Don't tempt me. I'll end up buying one. I'm a bit like him. See something nice, buy it.
You can moor up next to us. We could be neighbours.
Okay, well, there we go. Let's, see how it's doing in the breeze. It's supposed to go up to about 34 knots without any problem.
Don't crash into me boat.
Don't say that.
Oh, let's see.
Is that a strong bit? Will it cope with a drone landing on it?
Yeah. That bird wanted it.
I can see
Drone
that.
recovery.
Yes.
So, what made you sell your house to live on a narrowboat?
I was just bored, really. I mean, I know everyone has the tedium of everyday life, but it just got to me to the point where I thought, I've had enough. I'm going to sell the house and do something different. And I initially had various thoughts about going and living on some lonely outcrop looking over the sea somewhere, but that just didn't happen. So I ended up buying a boat.
Do you regret it?
Not in the slightest. It's the best thing you can ever do.
Is there any bad points? Because obviously there must be good points and bad points. So like,
everyone says, isn't it cold in winter? Which it absolutely is not, because all the narrowboats have wood burner stoves and central heating, and if anything, you open all the doors and windows and get too hot in winter. It's too hot in summer if you have really hot days, because you're sitting in this steel tube. It's just like an oven.
so the past week's been
The
unbearable.
past week has been horrific. And then the only other thing which a lot of people don't like, but if you're a camper vanner or anything like that, you'll know about, is dealing with your toilet waste in a cassette or a tank of some sort which has to be emptied. But I don't even mind that, because you just tip it out, and I mean, it's all just natural
As the
human
issues
waste.
we've had here was the toilet, and men are like, I'll just go over the
Go
side.
inside, yeah.
And I'm like, no, Simon, we need a toilet. And for us, we've always had camper vans, and you've had the cassettes that you've took out and emptied. But being so rural where we are, I was like, I can't carry when it's full, so that's why we went down the compost route, sort of, and it's easy just to bag it up and sort of take it home, isn't it? Take it home, put it in the bin, but no, it's not a nice toilet. So how long have you lived in your boat for?
It's coming up on 6 years. It'll be 6 years in October that I've actually lived aboard. I started looking around in about June, July time, and found the boat I wanted. Wangled my finances to buy it with a loan here and a bit of savings here and borrowing from someone else there. Bought the boat, then I sold the house, which actually paid for the boat, and then I moved aboard.
So is your cost of living cheaper on a boat compared to the house?
Yes, but it depends how you do it, because boats, as you know, are not cheap.
No.
And there are always costs, and there are always maintenance costs, and if you want to, there can be mooring costs on the boat, as well as your normal overheads of food and whatever. I mean, the power and water and things are different on a boat. Power you can get from solar if you want, but there's an investment up front in solar. Water is provided for you, but you have to pay an annual fee to put your boat on the water, which gets you access to those water points. So there's pros and cons, but I would say I'm living more cheaply on the boat than I did in a house. But I was quite frugal in the house. You can be frugal in a house, depending on your mortgage.
Would you ever go back to a house?
I would never say no, I won't, because I go and visit family and stay in their houses quite happily, and it's quite nice to have a bath occasionally, or other household things. But do I have any plans to? No. I enjoy. Where could I buy a detached waterside property? No, I can't. I could never get the equivalent house that I have on my boat.
And if you don't like the neighbours, you can move.
Just move. Yes, exactly. Far up the boat and go.
I think I'd miss having a bath if I was to live on the boat, because I love me bath. I'm in the bath like an hour every night, aren't I? I love my bath.
So are we going to put a bath on Surinder then?
Big enough.
It is big enough.
It's where you store. It's where you store your water.
Them
Then.
shorty baths, can't you? Or like them fetus ones, like the small.
Fetus bath.
Yeah, you can get for babies. Have you seen? You have a baby, you can get like a bath.
You're an adult, don't you?
Baby like
So how many miles would you say you've done?
Absolutely no idea. A
I've
lot of
only
people
boats,
ask me
yeah.
that. They say, how many miles and how much fuel have you used and all the things like that. I've never logged it.
No.
Absolutely no idea.
Where's the best place you've ever been on your canal boat?
My favourite canal is the Macclesfield Canal. But in terms of favourite place, as in an actual destination, that's quite tricky because the whole of the canals on a lovely day
Gorgeous.
are just gorgeous. So
I've never ever been on a canal boat.
you must come on the boat. You must both come on the boat.
We're going to
Get in your
rectify
camper
that.
van or your motorhome, whatever. Come down and have a trip on the boat.
Are we going to live on our boat in the future, Joe? If we,
Simon wants to go and sail the Meds.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we
But-
can afford the fuel to get.
it's downhill though, isn't it?
We'll put a sail on it. I don't know. I've got no plans
I'll fit
to
you a
live on
bath.
the boat. You'll fit me a bath?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Done. Sorted.
have to be salt water though.
But I think, obviously, by the time it's finished, the kids are going to be older, so we could just leave the kids in the
Yeah.
house and come and live on the boat, couldn't
Ditch
we?
Yeah.
the kids. Yeah.
Ditch the kids, your kids, you pay the mortgage, we're going to get off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So have you got anything interesting coming up?
So in about 6 weeks, he's going to have a really, really good video coming out.
It might not be. It might be crap.
No, I had two splendid interviewees, so it'll be brilliant.
Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you for letting me come on board. It has been a genuine pleasure. It
Yeah.
really has.
And you know what, it's been a day where we haven't really done anything.
No.
It's been nice to have a bit of downtime and actually just enjoy being on the boat.
We ran the engine.
Yeah, them engine. It sounded, well, we ran one engine,
Yeah.
but it sounded good, didn't it?
Sounded great. Yeah. Yeah.
Does your canal boat? Has it got a similar engine in your canal boat?
Very, very similar.
Similar motor.
yeah. All 36 horsepower of it.
Really? Is that, yeah.
Oh. They don't need them now, do they?
No.
Not for 2 miles an hour.
Is that how
cruising.
fast you go? Yeah.
2 to 3.
What is this? Was it 6 miles an hour speed
4.
limit?
4 miles. Yeah, 6. What crazy talk is this?
Because it's 6 on the River Dee,
6 on the
isn't
rivers.
it?
Yeah, 4 on the canals.
Ah, right, okay. See, I think that's why we've never really been into canal boats, isn't it? Simon likes
Speed.
speeds.
Then you must get on a canal boat and learn to zen.
It's like when you buy a Land Rover.
Yes.
You have to go slow because they don't go fast.
They break down, don't they?
Stop.
Go too fast and
Nowhere.
just rattle themselves apart.
Yeah. These batteries, I moved them, don't know, 10:30, 11 o'clock last night. It was dark, Gemma. I had no lights on my little rubber dinghy. No lights, honestly. I sort of felt like I was breaking the law.
So, we haven't achieved much today.
No.
It's been nice to be at the boat and actually not do anything. But we've had a lovely day today with David from Cruising the Cut.
Yeah.
So I'll stick a link to his channel if you want to go and check him out.
Yeah.
David is a narrowboat channel, but he also does
Visits to
visits
stuff
to
like this.
random
isn't it?
places.
Yeah.
So go over, check him out. He's got some, he's got years and years of backlog of footage for you to get through.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of you are already following him because he has got an absolutely fantastic channel. So thank you so much, David, for taking the time to come in to see us today.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Cheers.
We had a lovely day with him, didn't we?
That was really nice. Yeah, he's such a knowledgeable guy, isn't he?
Yeah,
And
top bloke.
Right.
So we started the engine,
engine.
and that was about all today. So
Well, we did a few bits of tinkering about, haven't we?
Yeah.
But
don't forget that we are we still work full time. This boat to us is a project,
it's a hobby.
and it's going to be something that we always knew was going to take years and years and years. We had a couple of comments on the last video. Oh,
Did we?
you haven't seemed to be doing much.
Oh,
Rome wasn't built in a day.
no.
And this boat's not going to be refurbished in a day either. We always knew it was a long-term project.
We could patch it up and bodge this up, couldn't we, and bodge that up, but we don't want to do that,
We
do
don't want to
We wanna-
bodge it.
So yeah.
Also, at the moment, we have just bought a shipping container.
Yeah. Which is going to be a sort of a
It's-
business for our work, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a winter business project. So it's not going to interfere with the ship in any way. So if you want to go and check that out, I'll stick a link above. Ta-da. Ta-da.
Well, yeah, we're basically building a house, aren't we? A house of a shipping container. Obviously, we build motorhomes for a living, but we're trying to sort of evolve our company, aren't we? And
We don't just want this to be a container house though. We want this to be a totally off-grid, self-sufficient. You're not relying on mains hookup or mains water supply.
that's what happens in the boat now, isn't it?
Yeah.
We just come to the boat and we're going to fit a big system in there. And like, yeah.
So if you want to follow that build as well,
Yeah, be interesting.
check it out. See you next time.
Thanks, guys. Cheers for watching.
Bye.
Oh, was that your tea? Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. I had some boy, so I spat it back.
Lovely.
David keeps walking around the outside of the boat and my heart's in my mouth thinking like he's going to fall through like something rotten or lean on a handrail and fall off. I'm waiting for the splash. So David, please don't fall off my boat.
Well, hang on. I best filming. Don't fall off unless we're filming.
If he falls off and dies, this episode won't air.
It will.
We're just going to throw him overboard.
Dave wasn't here.
It wasn't here.
Who's David? Your big cat room. It's where you keep your big cats in here.
Should we call it the zoo? It's got 2 big cats in.
Yeah.
See, we're rubbish at this because we just wing everything. We don't like plan anything. We just...
But our video will be done tomorrow.
I'm only filming it in case he falls.
Well, now I'm all self-conscious I'm going to fall. As I go cruising along, I do like to wear a baseball cap because otherwise the sun gets in my eyes. So I certainly can't pretend to be your trendiest model. But there we go.
Yes.
All the best people.
We want to see that on all the videos.
Henceforth, will this be worn in every video?
Yes. Otherwise I'll be writing in, where's your hat?
That's more like it. Oh yeah, that's nice and secure. That's not blowing off in a gale.
There we go.
Thank you.
Perfect. You're welcome. Thank you for coming. I enjoyed starting the engine today, did you?
Yeah, it was fantastic, yeah.
Do you guys want to start the engine? Press the button. Go on. Tap it.